Hello, my friends. Every so often, we hear a business story that just sounds impossible. What if I told you that one of the world's biggest retail empires was built on a single gusty bet made during a time of war? It's an incredible story that starts with an 18 years old in a new country with next to nothing and ends with a global powerhouse. Let's get into this amazing journey of this man behind Lulu. Just look at this for a second. On one side, you have 1973, a young man from India landing in the UAE with practically empty pockets. And on the other side today, a massive retail brand that millions across the Middle East recognize instantly. Getting from point A to B, well, that's what makes this story absolutely legendary. So the big question is, how on earth does that happen? And importantly, how does one person manage to turn one little shop into a global giant? That's exactly the journey we are going to unpack today. However, to really understand this empire, you have to start with the founder himself. Our story begins not in a boardroom, but in a small village in India, and it takes us to the fast-growing city of Abu Dhabi. So, picture this, it's 1973, an ambitious 18 years old named Yusuf Ali packs his bags and leaves his home in Kerala, India for Abu Dhabi. He was born in 1955 in a small village called Netika in Kerala. His family was ordinary, no wealth, no shortcuts. Abu Dhabi even wasn't the sparkling metropolis we see today. This was a city right in the middle of this wild oil-field boost. He started out small, working in his uncle's family business, just soaking it all in, learning the ropes of imports and distribution in this crazy, fast-paced market. In his early years, money was tight. He sometimes slept on the rooftops, pouring water on hot concrete so that it can cool down before resting. Right here is where the genius kicks in. Yusuf Ali had this light bulb moment that pretty much everyone else was missing. He saw all these expatriates flooding into the Gulf from India, the Philippines, and the West, and he realized that they were hungry for more than just a job or business. They were literally hungry for a taste of home. His strategy was simple but brilliant. Give them foods, spices, and the brands they grew up with. This became the soul of LuLu brand. A place where every culture feels seen, a store that feels like home. But a great idea only gets you so far. What truly defined Yusuf Ali, what set him on this path, was his willingness to make a massive bet that went against all common sense. He wasn't just another businessman trying to play safe. He was a true contrarian. So let's set the scene. We are in the early 1990s, and the entire region is suddenly thrown into chaos with the start of the Gulf War. You can imagine the panic and the fear. It's everywhere. Many big established businesses packed up to get out as fast as they can. Many were convinced that the region was about to collapse, but Yusuf Ali had different thoughts. He not only stayed, but also doubled down. Right in the middle of all that chaos, he opened his biggest, most ambitious supermarket right in the heart of Abu Dhabi. It wasn't just a store. It was a signal, a message that he believed in the UAE's leadership and UAE's future, where many others doubted. That single, strong move sent a powerful signal of confidence in the UAE's future. It earned him the trust of the country's leadership and people. And honestly, it was the bet that turned him from just another businessman into a legend. Now that incredible moment wasn't just one-off gamble. It was really the foundation for a repeatable formula, a blueprint for success that would go on to build an empire. So let's break it down. The Lulu's formula is in fact beautifully simple, but so effective. First, that hyper-local product mix we talked about, giving every single culture a taste of home. Second, a relentless focus on affordable quality, which builds incredible customer loyalty. Third, aggressive expansion, not just the big capital cities, but everywhere. Even smaller towns and cities that most big brands ignore. And fourth, smart diversification into businesses like hospitality, malls, and even finance, including hotels, real estate, and Lulu Exchange for money transfer. After building a rock-solid foundation in the UAE, Lulu went international at a blistering pace. Starting in the year 2000, they moved to Qatar, then Oman, Bahrain, Kuwait, and then kept going, expanding all the way into India and the Far East. The result of that strategy is an empire that's kinda hard to wrap your head around. Let's just throw out some numbers. Today, Lulu operates 240 stores across 6 GCC countries. It serves more than 600,000 customers every single day. It employs 60,000 people across its retail and support operations. It's way more than a supermarket. It's a fundamental part of everyday life of millions of people. But an empire of that size creates more than just profit. It creates massive responsibility. People don't just call him businessman, they call him the humanity ambassador. Because he didn't just build stores, he built bridges between cultures, countries, and communities. He has sponsored countless education and healthcare programs and has always stepped up when Indian workers find themselves in tough situations. During Gulf amnesty periods, he personally paid for free tickets so that struggling workers could return home with dignity. When Kerala was hit by devastating floods in 2019, he donated millions and mobilized aid within hours. During COVID, LuLu supplied oxygen tanks, ventilators, PPE kits, and food support in both India and the UAE. That's leadership beyond profit. That's leadership with a soul. When it comes to business, Yusuf Ali's leadership style is hands-on. He gets involved in store layouts, product choices, and even self-placement. His thinking is simple. If the customer feels at home, they'll come back. LuLu doesn't just sell products. It sells comfort, it sells belonging, it sells trust. Thank you so much.